And you must have some very tired minds and bodies in the dressing room right now. How on earth do you get them ready for a game in 48 hours?
Well, it's a huge challenge, but we'll get back. We'll train a little bit later tomorrow. We'll have a meal together, and yeah, it's a very, very quick turnaround, and obviously to play Man City and Liverpool in quick succession over this period, it's a big challenge, especially with the squads that they have. So we'll do what we've done in this period. We just fight, keep working, and like I say, we'll do our very best, and that's what we'll prepare to do on Tuesday.
With tomorrow's training session, presumably it can only be a light one with them having just played. Do you have to give them time away from football, or can you have significant video analysis sessions and that when you've only got one day between matches? How do you do it?
Yeah, listen, it's a ridiculous schedule. I think we all know that, and especially you see over these last numbers of years, it's players aren't fully recovered for 72 hours after a game. So for us to be playing, like you say, on a Tuesday against against Liverpool, it is ridiculous. However, we have to play the game, so we'll get, in a way, there'll be virtually no physical work. It's just going to be recovery work, and then we'll look at some video images and prepare from them.
Playing two of the greatest teams in the world right now, so close together, is enormously challenging as it is. How much of an advantage do Liverpool have that they haven't played today? They haven't played since they played you in the Cup.
Well, yeah, this period, clearly it is a big advantage. And it's just coincidentally, and the context of these two games, it was probably one of the first weeks that Man City have had off. They hadn't been playing all week, and then they were fresh and ready for today. And then, like you say, Liverpool haven't played since our Cup game, so they'll be able to bring players back in. But listen, that's what we have to deal with. We have to deal with that. It's a huge challenge for us, but it's a challenge we're up for. We keep fighting, and we keep working.
I know the team they put out against you was much changed the other day, but when you were doing all your prepping, how impressed have you been with Liverpool's Premier League side in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, well, the top team, one of the best teams in the world. We get top players. The system won't change so much. Players probably will do, but yeah, they are one of the best teams in the world.
Just finally, I know it's very early to say, but with Ryan Bertrand pulling out today with that twisted knee, how likely is it that he might be okay for Tuesday?
It looks highly unlikely. Just seeing him in there, he couldn't straighten his leg, or he couldn't bend his leg. Sorry, so it was a challenge for him. So yeah, I would think, especially the quick turnaround, that he may struggle.
Hope your luck done soon, Brendan.
Cheers.
Okay, Domish.
Hi there, Brendan. I know you've just talked about Liverpool having a big advantage, and you're quite conciliatory about it. You've just got to deal with it. But do you think it is fair? I know this question has been put to a lot of managers this season about the integrity of the competition and so on. Is that a worry for you now, given what you're going through and given what a lot of the teams are going through?
Well, it's certainly a fact that I think it's definitely something that is it is a challenge for us, and I think over the course of the competition, but we have to play the game, and that's what we'll look to do.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll finish with Jordan Blackwell.
Hi, Brendan. I think
Jordan.
over the past couple of years, you've tended to make wholesale changes for this December 28th game. Is that going to be a similar decision on Tuesday?
I don't think we can. In the last few seasons, like you said, we've been able to do that, Jordan, but we certainly won't be able to do that. I think whatever the availability of the players to give us an opportunity to get the result. We'll have to. Some of the players may have to go again, or a number of them will have to go again. We couldn't risk Vards today or Wilf. You know, they had hamstring issues from the game the other day, so we had to put them on the bench. But we knew that we weren't really going to be able to use them. So yeah, but yeah, there'll be some changes, but probably not like I've been over the last couple of seasons.
You mentioned Wilford and Jamie there. Was it with an eye for Liverpool, thinking, okay, well, if we leave them out of today's game, they will then be okay to play against Liverpool?
Well, it was too big a risk. They were suffering after with really tightness and what we didn't want to do. And Wilf, like I said, he's played a lot of football for us, so again, he hasn't had the chance to rest. So his hamstrings were a bit tight. Jamie, like I said the other night, he couldn't really run so much in the last half hour. So to put him into today's game would have been really, really tough, you know. So yeah. So hopefully they'll be fine and recovered for Tuesday's game.
And last one, if you wouldn't mind, are Harvey Barnes and Johnny Evans close to being able to play in that game?
No, they'll not be available for that. Johnny will be still another 3 weeks, so he's still out for a period of time. And Harvey, no, he's not due back until about the 29th.
Thanks very much, Brendan.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.